I am Bijal Kansara, Assistant Professor from Electrical Engineering Department of Mahatma Gandhi Institute of Technical Education and Research Center, Navsari. Today is the second video of our chapter number 2, Linear Application of the Op-Amp. In this video, we are going to talk about non-inverting amplifier, ideal closed loop characteristic of non-inverting amplifier, differential amplifier using one op-amp and differential amplifier using two op-amp. In the previous video, we study inverting amplifier. Inverting amplifier means input signal and output signal are 180-degree phase shift with respect to each other. At inverting terminal apply a signal Vs. So output we get V0 is 180-degree phase shift from this Vs. Also we derive the expression of the closed loop voltage gain for the feedback. It is denoted as a AVF. Equation of AVF is V0 by Vs, means V0 is output voltage here and Vs is this input voltage. Also V0 is minus IRF and Vs is IR1. II cancel out, so value of AVF we get is minus RF into R1. Here minus RF into R1 is a value of closed loop voltage gain with the feedback. Now next is non-inverting amplifier. The non-inverting amplifier using op-amp is shown in the figure. Here the signal which is to be amplified is applied to the non-inverting terminal, means plus terminal. Here plus terminal is a non-inverting terminal of the op-amp. The inverting terminal means negative terminal is connected to the ground via the resistance R1. R1 is a input resistance. The waveform shows that input voltage and output voltage are in phase with each other. The negative feedback introduced in the circuit via the feedback resistance RF, which is connected between the output and inverting terminal of the op-amp. Here RF is introduced a negative feedback from output to the input side. The expression for the closed loop voltage gain AVF for the non-inverting amplifier we derive. As we use an ideal op-amp, therefore input impedance Ri is infinity. Ri should be infinity for the ideal op-amp. Therefore, the current entering into the both the input terminal of the op-amp will have a zero value. Ri is equal to infinity, therefore no current entering from this terminal, therefore I1 is equal to 0 and I2 is also 0. Therefore, the voltage across the R1 is given by, at this node current entering from this is 0. Therefore, voltage across the R1 is equal to this voltage. V2 is appear across this resistance. Therefore, V2 is written as R1 upon RF plus R1 into V0. This is a voltage divider rule. We have to write equation for the V2. Therefore, V2 is written as V2 is equal to R1. Voltage across R1 we have to write, therefore R1 divide by total resistance, means total resistance is a summation of R1 plus RF. So R1 divide by R1 plus RF into total output voltage, which is equal to V0. Therefore voltage across the R1 is a V2 and the equation of the V2 is written as R1 divided by R1 plus RF, means two resistance summation into total output voltage V0. This is the voltage across the R1 is given as V2 is equal to R1 upon RF plus R1 into V0. As per the virtual short circuit concept discussed earlier, due to the virtual short circuit, here V2 at the ground potential, and due to virtual short circuit or virtual ground concept, V1 is also ground potential and V1 is equal to the Vs. So we can write as a V2 is equal to V1 is equal to Vs, right? V2 is at the ground potential, and due to the virtual ground concept, both three of these voltages are same. V2 is equal to V1 is equal to the Vs. So as per the virtual short concept, V2 is equal to V1 is equal to Vs. So this equation can write for the Vs. So Vs is equal to R1 upon RF plus R1 into V0. Okay, V2 is equal to V1 is equal to Vs, same, therefore V2 replaced by this Vs, and equations are both the equation are same. Now closed loop voltage gain AVF, closed loop voltage gain is a ratio of output voltage to the input voltage, right? Here output voltage is V0 and input voltage is Vs. So V0 divided by Vs can be written as R1 plus RF divided by R1. From this equation we derive this equation, like V0 divided by Vs gone in from this denominator, V0 divided by Vs, and this ratio will be reversed by getting at the right side. So it can be written as RF plus R1 divided by R1. Okay, and output voltage divided by input voltage is a closed loop voltage gain. Now give them individual denominator, like RF upon R1 plus R1 upon R1. R1 cancel out, means value is 1. So closed loop voltage gain became 1 plus RF into R1, and the output voltage is AVF into Vs, means voltage gain into the input signal. So please remember, the closed loop voltage gain for the inverting amplifier is RF upon R1, and for non-inverting amplifier it is a 1 plus RF upon R1. There is a difference of gain between these two amplifier, inverting and non-inverting amplifier. The conclusion from the expression of the AVF, from this equation we conclude that the positive sign of this equation indicate that the input and output are in phase with each other. The closed loop control gain is always greater than the unity. The AVF is adjustable and its value can be adjusted by varying the value of RF and R1. By changing the value of RF and R1, we can change the gain of the amplifier and we get suitable output by changing the gain. Generally, a variable resistor is used in place of RF to adjust the closed loop gain to its desired value. The AVF is independent of the open loop gain of the op-amp. It depends only on the value of RF and R1. It's not depend on the open loop gain. The next is ideal closed loop characteristics of the non-inverting amplifier. We have already obtained the expression of the closed loop gain for the non-inverting amplifier. Now obtain the value of the closed loop input and output resistance RIF and ROF. Means input resistance with the external feedback and the output resistance with the external feedback. The closed loop input resistance is denoted as a R suffix IF. The closed loop input resistance can be obtained from the ideal equivalent circuit shown in this figure. The closed loop input resistance RIF is the resistance seen by the source between the non-inverting input terminal and the ground. Non-inverting input terminal means this and this ground. This is a voltage Vs. Vs input signal. Right? Due to the infinite input resistance for ideal op-amp, we already know that the input resistance for the ideal op-amp is infinite. Of the non-inverting terminal appear as an open circuit. Therefore, RIF is also infinite. Due to the infinite input resistance of the ideal op-amp, the non-inverting terminal from this terminal, it is appear as an open circuit. Therefore, RIF is infinity. Note that the input resistance is infinity are not R1 as for the inverting amplifier. For inverting amplifier, RIF value is R1. The resistance connected at this terminal input side is value is R1. This is the advantage of using a non-inverting amplifier. Means the disadvantage of inverting amplifier is eliminated in a non-inverting amplifier. Now closed loop output resistance ROF. As ideal op-amp is being used, the output resistance R0 is 0. For ideal op-amp R0 is 0. Hence the output resistance of the closed loop also is 0. So ROF is also 0. For non-inverting amplifier, RIF value is R1. For inverting terminal amplifier, IRF value is R1, but non-inverting amplifier RIF value is infinite. But both the cases, inverting and non-inverting amplifier, ROF value is 0. Now next is differential amplifier. We already discussed that differential amplifier means the amplifier that amplifies the difference of signal. It is called as a differential amplifier. But now we design a subtraction circuit or differential amplifier in an actual way. We already discussed the differential amplifier with the ideal op-amp. Now we will look at it one of the basic block used in instrumentation amplifier. The differential amplifier is used to obtain the output proportional to the subtraction of the two input voltages. The circuit diagram of the differential amplifier using op-amp is shown in the figure. Now, differential amplifier using only one op-amp. The difference amplifier and subtractor circuit are used to obtain the subtraction of the two input voltage. These are used to obtain the subtraction of the two input voltages. The circuit diagram of a difference amplifier using op-amp is shown in the figure. Here, this is a op-amp. Two input voltages V1 and V2 are applied through two resistors R1 and R3, and the R3 is same identical as a R1, and the feedback is introduced from the feedback resistance. Its value is R2, and here one extra resistor is connected at this node. Its value is R4, and R4 is identical as a R2. Means R1 and R3 are identical and R2 and R4 identical. Now we have to write expression for the output voltages. Let us use the superposition theorem for evaluate the expression of the output voltage. Superposition theorem means at a one time only one voltage source should be considered and other voltage source should be at the ground potential. Now this is the first case figure, case number 1. Only V2 is connected, V1 is at the ground potential. Consider the only V2 is connected and assume V1 to be at the short circuited, means at the ground potential. Then the differential amplifier circuit reduced to an inverting amplifier with the input V2 as shown in the figure number A. Means this difference amplifier circuit is reduced to the inverting amplifier. We already discussed in this previous video. Okay, this circuit becomes a inverting amplifier circuit. The output voltage due to only the V2 can be denoted as a V02. Only V2 is present and V2 input is present, so output get only due to this V2. Therefore the output voltage is denoted as a V02 and V02 is given as minus RF upon R1 into V2. The op-amp output is given as op-amp output voltage is given as gain into differential signal VD, right? Here for inverting amplifier, this circuit become an inverting amplifier circuit, and we already know that the gain of the inverting amplifier should be minus RF into R1. So this is a gain of inverting amplifier, and then difference between these two signal, here V1 is a 0, therefore difference of these two signal is only V2, therefore VD becomes the V2. So the output voltage V02 is given as gain into a difference between these two signals, and gain is minus RF upon R1 and the difference signal is a VD, right? So please remember V02 can be written as minus RF upon R1 into V2. Here minus RF upon R1, minus sign indicated for the negative response or a inverting amplifier, means input and output are 180-degree phase shift from each other. Minus RF upon R1 is a gain of an inverting amplifier as shown in the figure. Now second case for the superposition theorem, only V1 is connected and V2 at the ground potential. Now assume that V2 is 0 and only V1 is connected. That means V2 is short circuited to the ground and only V1 is connected. Then the difference amplifier circuit gets modified to the equivalent circuit as shown in the figure number B. If non-inverting amplifier with the output voltage is V01, here negative terminal is grounded and positive terminal is connected to the V1, so this circuit becomes a non-inverting amplifier circuit. Due to V1, the output get is denoted as a V01. Output is only depend on the V1, therefore it is denoted as a V01, and output of the op-amp is written as gain into differential signal, right? Here gain is AVF and the differential signal means difference of these two. Here voltage is VA voltage is voltage at this node. At the node A, voltage is denoted as a VA. Therefore, the V01 is written as AVF into the VA, where AVF value is 1 plus RF into the R1. Non-inverting amplifier gain is 1 plus RF by R1, and the VA can be written by voltage divider rule is RF upon R1 plus RF into this voltage V1. So substituting this two value into the V01 equation, V01 is equal to 1 plus RF divided by R1 into VA value RF divided by RF plus R1 into the V1. Now taking Laplace in this term, so R1 multiply with the 1, so R1 divided by R1 plus RF whole divided by R1 into RF upon RF plus R1 into this V1. R1 plus RF cancel out, so value we get is RF upon R1 into the V1. For only V1 is connected, output we get is V01 is equal to RF by R1 into the V1. The positive sign indicates that the input and output are in phase with each other and it is a non-inverting amplifier. Now combining both the cases, first case is only V2 is connected and this is the second case where only V1 is connected. The total output we get is V01 plus V02. The combining these two output, we get the output voltage of the difference amplifier as V0 is equal to V01 plus V02. The V01 is minus RF upon R1 into V2 plus RF into R1 into V1. Take common RF by R1, so RF by R1 into V1 minus V2. Here RF by R1 is a gain and V1 minus V2 is a differential signal. Thus the output voltage is proportional to the difference between the two input signal, and RF by R1 is called as a gain of the difference amplifier. Gain of the difference amplifier. Next is input resistance. Voltage gain. The expression for the output voltage is V0 is equal to minus RF upon R1 V1 minus V2. So the voltage gain is written as voltage gain is this AD is equal to V0 divided by V1 minus V2 is equal to RF by R1. The next is input resistance. For case number 1, for this case, the input resistance is a resistance obtained by the looking into one of the two input terminal with the other input terminal is a grounded. In this case, V2 is only connected, V1 is a grounded. When V2 is where V1 is a grounded, means V1 is equal to 0. This is a non-inverting amplifier. Therefore, this resistance is a summation of R1 plus R2. From seeing this side, the input resistance is a summation of these two input resistance. Now second case, when V2 is 0, therefore this is become a non-inverting amplifier and the input resistance is only R1. From seen from this side, input resistance is only R1. When V2 is equal to 0, the resistance is only R1, and when V1 is 0, the input resistance is R2 plus R3, where R2 is equal to R1 and R3 is equal to RF. So it is a value is R1 plus RF. Now next topic is differential amplifier with the two op-amps are used. Here two op-amps used, where op-amp A1 is a non-inverting amplifier, means input is applied at the non-inverting terminal, so it is work as a non-inverting amplifier. And the amplifier 2 A2 is a difference amplifier, means it amplifies the difference between its two inputs. The gain and input resistance of the differential amplifier can be increased if we use two op-amps. The differential amplifier with the two op-amps shown in the figure, the characteristics of this circuit are identical to those a non-inverting amplifier. Now we derive the expression for the voltage gain for the differential amplifier using a 2 op-amp. Now first step 1 is a voltage gain for the first stage. Here this is a first stage and this is a second stage, first and second. Since A1 is a non-inverting amplifier, its gain is given by, for non-inverting amplifier, the gain is written as 1 plus RF upon R1. Means RF means feedback resistance and R1 is input resistance. Here feedback resistance is a R3. So instead of RF we write RF as a R3 and R1 as a R2. So AV1 is written as 1 plus R3 by R2. But R3 is equal to R1 and R2 is equal to RF from the figure. R3 is equal to R1 and R2 is equal to RF. Therefore, AV1 became 1 plus R1 by RF. Hence, the output voltage of the first stage is output voltage is V3. So equation of the V3 is written as gain into this input signal, AV1 into V2, and the value of AV1 is a 1 plus R1 by RF into the V2. This is the output voltage of the stage number 1. Now next, output of the second stage, means output of this stage. The input of this stage is the voltage V1 and this V2. Amplified voltage from this stage number 1 is its second input. Here difference signal is V12 is a V1 minus V2. The second stage is a difference amplifier discussed in the previous section. So its output voltage is obtained by using the superposition theorem. At a one time only one voltage source is applied and the other voltage source is at the ground potential. So the total output voltage is given by voltage output due to the V12 alone and voltage output due to V3 alone. Means when V3 means this and V12 means this. At a one time only one voltage source is applied, means at a one time V12 apply, at this time V3 is absent, at that time V3 is applied, at that time V12 is not present. So the voltage output due to the V12 is 1 plus R1 by RF into the V1. 1 plus R1 by RF into V1 means R1 is its input resistance, RF is a feedback resistance and V1 is a input voltage, this. And voltage due to V3 alone is RF by R1 into V3. It acts as a inverting amplifier. At the time V3 is applied, it acts as an inverting amplifier because V3 is applying at the negative terminal and V12 is applied at the positive terminal. Therefore, V12 output is 1 plus R1 by RF into V1 and the V3 output is minus RF upon R1 into V3, negative sign because of the inverting terminal. Now from equation of this value of V3 substitute into this equation, we can write as a V0 is equal to 1 plus RF by R1 into V1 minus RF upon R1, and this is a value of the V3, 1 plus R1 by RF into the V2. Multiply RF by R1 into the bracket. So RF by R1 into V2 minus RF by R1 into R1 by RF cancel out, so only V2 remains. Next, 1 plus RF by R1 into V1 minus common, take common V2, so V2 common in bracket 1 plus RF by R1. Now in the both term 1 plus RF by R1 is a common, so take it common and remain its V1 minus V2. So here 1 plus RF by R1 is a gain, called as a gain, and it is written as a D, and the value is 1 plus RF by R1. These are the GTU question that we covered in this video, and our next topic is instrumentation amplifier. Thank you.